I really appreciate you for joining. Those on Zoom, thank you for joining. And those that are joining me on Instagram, thank you for joining as well. I'm Adiola Adeyemi. I'm the founder of Talk Mental Health. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm a mental fitness coach. And I'm the founder of Talk Mental Care. I said that already. I really love what I do because I know I try to create awareness about mental well-being. I want people to be proactive about their mental health. And I, teach people skills that would help them improve their mental and emotional well-being. And today, I want to talk about unboxing the gift of you. One of the reasons I decided to, talk about this, for this webinar or, people that are joining me on live is because I realized that many a times we live life by what our parents perhaps must have told us how to live our lives from childhood, or from the things that we've seen our friends, people around us that, they do, or we are too afraid to come out to be our real self. And it's something that is very difficult for us to express our real identity. You understand what I mean? So if you're joining online on IG or on the Zoom, please tell me your name and where you're joining from. I can see peculiarness. Tell me your name and where you're joining from. Adisko, thank you for joining. Lola Binkwe, thank you for joining. Tell me your name and where you're joining from. Today promises to be amazing. And I'm going to be sharing my own personal story, how I unboxed the gift of me. And I hope that this would inspire someone to be their real self, just for you to be authentic. I'm going to be showing you how I learned to love and accept myself, regardless of how other people felt about me or what they said about me. And then I'm going to be telling you how I uncover my superpowers, how despite being a doctor, I'm able to still boldly come out to do what I think is good for me, what I'm passionate about, and how I continue to impact people's lives, because, I get a lot of feedback from people that, follow my page at Talk Mental Health, and some of my clients as well, how their lives are getting better, how they, look up to me. Some of them will be like, oh, I want to be like you, Dr. Adiola, and some of them would wonder how I manage to juggle a lot of responsibilities and all. And I'm just saying this because I was not like this before. I wasn't like this. Yes, I might have some personality traits that is more like it's expressive, more extroverted. So I'm that kind of person. But I was at some point in my life, I was a bit withdrawn because I've heard a lot of things that people told me, so many demeaning words, so many things that they told me about, negative things they said to me that began to kill my real identity, my real self. It just brought me down. It made me feel very low. I had low self-esteem. I struggled with a lot of issues. But until I started, I had the courage to tell myself, no, this is not me. I want to be my real self. I want to be my true self. I want to love myself for who I am. God did not make any mistake creating me. And if you're on this live or if you're watching the replay, I want you to know that God did not make a mistake creating you. There's a reason why He has given you the personality type you've got. There's a reason why He has made you who you are, the way you are. Yes, you may have some weaknesses that you would have to adjust, things that you would have to adjust and do. But God doesn't make mistakes. Perhaps you just need to work on all of these things, and yes, you'll be fine. But the truth is that we have to be our authentic self. That's the gift that God has given every one of us. God gave you that gift. God gave you life. And He wants you to be your real self. And I'm going to be using my own story. So if you're just joining, if you don't know me before, I'm Adiola Adeyemi. And like I said, I'm the founder of Talk Mental Health. And I help people become better persons. I help them live a well-balanced life, harmonize their life, their family, enjoy their life to the fullest, live a happier life, healthier life, mentally stable life by teaching them how to be mentally resilient. So I have learned how to build my mental resilience. I've been through thick and thin. I've been through a lot in life, and I've learned how to develop, that thick skin. How do I put it? Mental resilience. I've developed it over the years, and I'm here to let you know that No matter what you're going through, it is possible for you to live a happy life. It is possible for you to have a mentally stable life. It is possible for you to be your authentic self, regardless of what people around you might say. All right, so please let me know your name and where you're joining from. If you can hear me, let me know as well. I want to be sure you guys can hear me. All right. So today I'm going to be talking about, I'll teach you actionable steps on how to love and accept yourself for who you are, and also how to uncover your superpowers. Those are the things. And make sure you wait till the end, because I have I like to call it a surprise for you. I have something amazing, a big surprise for you. Make sure you watch till the end. If you're just watching the replay, yes, make sure you watch till the end. All right. Thank you, Olu from Surulere, Lagos. Thank you everyone for joining. I'll start by saying this, that life is a gift. Life is a gift, and it offers us the privilege. It offers us the opportunity and responsibility to give something back by becoming more. Life is a gift that offers us the privilege, the opportunity, the responsibility of, to give something back by becoming more. The life we have is not for ourselves only. If you're living your life just to make ends meet, then you are shortchanging yourself. You're not living your full life. You're not living your best life. So until you are able to give back to people, until you're able to impact people's lives like I am doing, that is when life becomes meaningful. And you don't have to wait until everything is perfect, until you perhaps have enough, more than enough. I don't have enough, but I still, started the things I started doing. I still went all out to start impacting people's life with the little I have. Do you understand? So life is a gift from God. God did not make a mistake when he kept you alive today. And when he has given you this life, it is your own responsibility to give something back by becoming more. You need to understand yourself. You need to pull out the veil from your face of whatever people have said about you and discover your true identity. Know who you are. Know how God has made you, not because of the things you've been through, traumatic relationship or toxic relationship, past experiences, traumatic childhood experience that must have perhaps covered a lot of things and make you feel this is who you are. No, it's not. And I'm going to share with you a story. I'm going to share a story with you about myself. I remember when, as a medical student, I was in 500 level. And, during those times, there were a lot of industrial strike actions. I was really tired and bored. Medical school was becoming unnecessarily prolonged. So I was in medical school for 10 years, guys. Medical school is meant to be for just 6 years. It's 6-year course. But then I was there for 10 years. Just imagine what I went through. Medical school, a lot of issues, a lot of strike, a lot of unimaginable delays. Oh my goodness. It was very, very, very traumatizing experience for me. I was bored. I was tired. I just wanted something different. And then another thing is that, of course, you wanted to finish. You would want to, because at some point I almost said I wasn't doing medical. I wasn't going to finish medical school. I think I'm in my 200 level or 300 level. I said, I told my mom I wasn't going to continue, but she said no, she encouraged me and all. But this time around, the story I'm about to share is about when I was 500 level. Do you know what I did? I was so tired, and then I went for a beauty pageant. Did you hear me? I went for a beauty pageant. That was how bored and tired I was. You just imagine a medical student. If you have friends that are doctors, you know how engrossed they usually are in, when they're studying, they always with their books. They don't have time for any other thing but their books. But here I am, there I was that time. I went all out. Like, it was unimaginable. People could not imagine. My parents couldn't even imagine what was going on in my mind. I did not even know how I went to that. It was like an extreme. I just went out. and then went into for beauty pageant. I just did it. I didn't even know how to do it. I just, did it anyhow. And I came second, I think, or third. It was a Miss Oshun then, because I studied in Lautech. That's Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. That was where I did my undergraduate studies as a medical student. So I came out and I went for a beauty pageant in 500 level, and I was one of the top three. So I'm saying this because sometimes life would keep us in a box. People will tell you this is how you should live your life. Perhaps going for the beauty pageant wasn't really the right thing for me to do, but I was trying to explore. I just wanted something different from being a medical student. I hated the box. I hated routine. I was bored. I was tired. I wanted to be out of the box, and I went out all the way to do that. I know what that opened my eyes to. It made me realize that I could do more. It opened my eyes to see how creative I could be. It made me understand my kind of person, the things that I should be doing. And ever since that time, that experience, I've been trying to see how to marry my career with my personality, my kind of person. Because I don't want to live life like another person. I want to be myself. And while being myself, I still want to be able to help people. Because a lot of people are doing things because everyone is doing it. Yes, everyone is going that route. Everyone wants to become a medical doctor, so my children should be a doctor. Everyone wants to do this. You're following. You're not really sitting down to reflect and think, what am I supposed to be doing? Who am I? What kind of person am I? What am I supposed to be doing? What is that gift that God has given me so I can use this gift to bless people's lives? That time, as a medical student, I was not, of course, I wasn't this matured. I wasn't this experienced. But that was the only thing that I could do at that time, and I did it. And I have no regrets. I have no regret, because it opened my eyes to see that, yes, you can be more than being, in that box of medicine and just doing things the way, clinically, all those kind of things. It made me see that I could impact people's lives by showing up, coming out, showing myself the way I am, my true self. And I've been trying to see how to blend. And if you follow me on my pages, you know my kind of person, how I come out to encourage people. Many people would wonder, are you sure you're a doctor? Are you doing all of these things? And I'm like, well, and thank God I chose psychiatry. Psychiatry is more like that connection between medicine and society. So you're able to actually go and talk to people. You're like the face between medicine, the seriousness of medicine and how sociable one could be. So it has really, really helped me to understand myself. That one experience, that audacity that I had. That's what I wanted to point out. I was so courageous. Nobody could do that. Yes, I think someone else did it. We were two that went for that beauty pageant. Also a medical student. But I'm saying that no medical student would want to go for something like that. Only a few, not even in this part of the world, not even in Nigeria, maybe elsewhere people can, but not even in Nigeria, where everybody is always serious. When as a medical student, you have to be serious and all. But I was that bold. I was that courageous. So, and this same me is that person that throughout medical school, I was not confident enough to ask questions in class. And I'm beginning to wonder that what happened. So within me is that personality, that trait that is very expressive. Yes, I am a courageous person. I'm confident. I'm bold. I would always come out to do the things that I feel is right. But I still would not confidently ask questions, because there has been a lot of things that has happened throughout my years growing up. Things people have said to me. I have doubted myself. I have second guessed myself. I was so self-conscious that I thought I wasn't doing well. And another thing, anytime I am able to ace my academics, do well in my exams, I always thought that I was being lucky, that it's just luck. You are just so lucky to have passed these exams. It's not as if you are that good. So many things that happened that made me have low self-esteem, and I struggled with all of these things. But until I started looking inwards and started, understanding my true self and embracing myself, not caring what anyone else would say, not giving it, not paying attention to what people's how do I put it? People's opinion. Yeah, that's the word. Their opinion of me, what they would think about me, how they would think about what I'm doing, because I am sure as long as it's between me and my God, because I am a very spiritual person. I believe in God. So once it's clear between me and God, I just go for it. And I know that I'm impacting people's lives, I'm blessing people's lives, because I want you to know that you can be yourself, you can be your authentic self without fear of being judged. People will even actually judge you. They will criticize you. A lot of people say stuff behind my back. They even say it to my face. But I don't care. As long as I'm changing lives, as long as I am bold enough to be my authentic self, I really don't care, because all that I have in me, the gifts I have in me, my talents, it is not about, I'm not going to give an account to anyone. I'm going to give an account to God. And that's what should matter for you too. For you, whatever it is you have in you, whatever ideas, I get a lot of people tell me that, oh, I know I have these ideas, but I don't even know why I'm living like this. And they are so confused. They don't even know what else to do. I'm like, what are those things that you're passionate about? What are the things that God has laid in your heart? You have to start understanding, yourself, to be able to bring out your real identity and start to follow your purpose or your passion in life. And that's what I did for my life. And that's one of the things why I've shared my story with you guys. All right. So, I want you to understand that one of the things that helped me to unbox that gift is by loving myself. I had to learn how to love and accept myself for who I am. I mean, I remember while growing up how I did not really like myself. I would complain about how I looked. I thought I wasn't beautiful enough. I think if you follow me, you know how much I've spoken about my dentition. Someone had said, oh, my teeth was not good, was not well set, it wasn't beautiful. So I'd condemned myself. Even when no one was condemning me, I would think and overthink, condemn myself, complain about myself, and do all of those sort. And that affected my self-esteem a lot. It made me not love myself. It made me want to be in a relationship with people that would love me. And that's even attracted me to toxic relationships, because I was looking for love. I never knew I had enough love within me that I could give to people. All right. So if you can hear me, if you're following me, say, yes, I can. Let me know that you can relate to all of the things I'm saying. Let me know. Just say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I'm following. I just want to be sure that you guys are following me and you understand what I'm saying. You can relate. Just tell me, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Fire on. Yes, I can. All right. So I am telling you this for you to know that you can be yourself regardless of what anyone else says. And one of the ways by which you can start to do that is for you to love yourself. That's the first thing I did. I started loving myself for who I am. I started showing myself so much love. So much love. Like never before. And you know how I did that? I started writing down the things that I expected from people. What are the things that make me feel love? Those things that I long for in people. So if it is, I want, because it's my birthday, so I expect this person to give me this particular thing or take me out. I do that for myself. I started doing those things for myself because I didn't want to be dependent on people. I didn't want to be at the mercy of people. Many of us are at the mercy of people. We are quick to our emotions would change. We have negative emotions. We feel bad about ourselves because someone has not done something that we expected them to do. And this usually affects our mental health. It affects our self-esteem. It makes us feel bad. And studies have shown that having high expectations from people or even from ourselves has been linked to the depression, having depression or anxiety disorders or stuff like that. So my point here is that when you stop expecting people to love you, when you start to look inwards and start to do the things that you expect from people to do to you, you'll be free. You will be able to, how do I put it now? You will be able to be yourself without trying to please anyone. You will be confident enough to come out to do what you think you have the ability to do. The way I speak now, the way I'm confident enough to come on live and talk about, I was not like this, to be honest. I was so self-conscious. I thought, but I won't say things the right way. I thought I was not going to make sense. I had all of those insecurity issues and it affected me a lot. But when I started loving myself, I looked inward and I'm like, Diola, you are beautiful now. You can say this. This is how you speak. Yes, you always get better at things. Nobody is perfect. You can always improve. And you can always continue to do. The more you do this, the more you practice, the better you become. And then I started doing it. I started coming live. I started, educating people. I started showing up. And I got better. I mean, sometimes I go back to check my videos 3 or 4 years ago and I'm like, wow, did I do that? Was that me? Was that me? I mean, if I was a coward, if I was not courageous, if I was not bold enough to start and come out to be myself, if I was not bold enough to accept myself for who I am, I cannot be like a regular doctor. I don't want to be like a regular doctor. This is me. This is who I am. This is what God has put in my mind to do. This is what God has placed in me that I should do to educate people so that they can be mentally stable. I mean, isn't this an amazing job that God has given to me? It's a lot. It can be overwhelming sometimes, but I love it. I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. And I continue to show up regardless of whatever happens because I know that this is what God has put in my heart. What is that thing that is holding you back from being your authentic self? And with being yourself, with coming out to show your gift, with coming out to express your true identity, do you know what comes with it? Satisfaction. You have satisfaction, you have peace of mind, you have mental stability, you will not feel stressed. Yes, you might be physically stressed, but you will not be mentally stressed because if you're not careful, even if you're following your passion, you can still be stressed physically. So if you're overworking yourself, you'll still be stressed. But my point is that mentally you feel fulfilled. When you hear people come to you and tell you, oh, they're better, thank you so much, thank you very much, you're giving value, you're adding value to people's lives, and you feel better about it, you're gonna be good. You feel fulfilled. You feel like, oh yes, I am fulfilling my purpose. So the first way by which you can unbox the gift of you, be yourself, something that has worked for me is true self-love and self-acceptance. It is not just about, everybody's talking about self-love. I'm sure everyone on this live would know what self-love is. But are we actually practicing self-love? Do we really practice self-love? Are we loving ourselves the way we should love ourselves? And the first thing I would like to tell you, or maybe it's the second thing, I don't know, is that you have to stop the self-blame and start to practice self-compassion. Many a times we blame ourselves for mistakes that we've made in the past. We allow our past to affect us. We continue to condemn ourselves. We are quick to judge ourselves. I have been there. I remember, I will never forget this. It sounds funny, but let me just share it with you. There was a time in my life, I think several years ago, I think I made a mistake. I wasn't feeling good. I think I just had a miscarriage or something, so I was not in a good place anyways. So, but then something that happened after all the negative emotion, feeling bad, thinking and overthinking, and I was trying to cook. I was trying to, heat my food in the microwave, and I forgot. And the food got burnt and the microwave actually exploded, I think, or something like that. Oh my goodness. I started blaming myself. I blamed myself. I said, why are you so this? Why are you so... I started speaking to like I was abusing myself. It was so bad. That for that reason, you're not going to eat. No, you're not eating. You won't eat for like... I'm like, say what? I blamed myself like... But this was a mistake. What would you have done to someone else? What would you have done to, when a friend of yours make mistake? What will you do to them? What will you say to them? How will you tell them? How will you encourage them? These are ways by which you can actually, take it easy on yourself. Perhaps my own example might be, but we silently blame ourselves for some things. We silently condemn ourselves. We might not even know that we are doing it. We try to blame ourselves for the things we've done in the past, for our mistakes. But the past is gone. No one is perfect. We all are work in progress, and we are trying our best to become better. So the best way you can, what you can do for yourself is to be compassionate with yourself. Yes, you have made a mistake. Can you learn from the mistake? Can you ensure you learn from the mistake and improve and become better? Let go of the past, move on. All right. So those are the ways by which you can start to practice self-compassion. Be compassionate. You love yourself. You want to do something for yourself. You have plans or goals that you need to achieve, and then something happened. It didn't. Something happened. You made a mistake and it didn't work. Move on, learn from it, and continue to improve. That's the way to go about it. Just imagine what you would do to a child. A child comes to you, a child has made a mistake. How will you treat that child? I'm sure most of us on this live, or perhaps everyone, we would not just push the person away or shout or lash out on the child. We would encourage the child to continue to, give it another try, to continue to push or press on. We would encourage the person. So we need to learn to do that thing to ourselves. I have learned to love myself. I've learned to accept myself. I've learned to be compassionate with myself. If I am unable to meet up with some target, I just let it go. I cannot come and keep myself. Yeah, that's true. I cannot come and keep myself because, it happens. These things happens, don't they? It happens. So please, the first thing or the second thing, if that's it, stop the self-blame and practice self-compassion. That way you will be able to bring out your authentic self. You would not be quick to condemn yourself when you make mistakes, because when you are unboxing, just imagine you have a gift that is wrapped. You know those people that would wrap gifts and they would, wrap it and wrap it. Some people that want to do like a surprise something for their package for their loved ones, they might pack it into, I've seen some videos that they would pack and then pack into something smaller and smaller. So you are trying to open, you are in a hurry to open. You might make some mistakes trying to tear it. You might even, if you're not careful, you can tear even the gift if care is not taken. So, but while you're trying to do that, you're trying to reveal yourself, you're trying to unveil yourself, you're unboxing that gift of you, you have to be gentle with yourself. You have to be careful with yourself. You have to be caring. You have to love. You have to accept yourself layer by layer as you open, as you try to unbox. You have to be gentle with yourself until you get to that gift, until that gift comes out and becomes something valuable. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to be. All right. So, and the second thing is that you need to stop having high expectations from people and start loving yourself. I think I've said that earlier. We need to learn to love ourselves. Whatever things we expect from people, we start to do it for ourselves. Stop having high expectations from people. Stop, wishing they would be this or that. Start doing these things for yourself. It is your responsibility to take care of yourself. Your happiness, your mental stability, your healing. Everything that has to do with you is your responsibility. So if you're in a relationship and you are perhaps expecting that your partner should always do one thing or the other, don't forget that you are first human before you got into that relationship. And no relationship should stop you from expressing your true identity. No relationship should stop you from being your authentic self. Any relationship that does that is not good for you. I think it's too expensive because it's going to affect your mental and emotional well-being. If you're not fulfilling your purpose, if you're not being yourself, then your mental health might be greatly affected. So you have to be able to be yourself. And nothing should hold you back from doing that. All right. So I also wanted to share with you guys about having superpowers, how to unlock that superpowers. Your what's that again? Yeah, how to uncover your superpowers. How to uncover your superpowers. Many a times we live life as it comes. We live life by default. We think, whatever happens, let me just continue to live. I want to make ends meet, go to work, eat, come back, make money. No, life is not about that alone. Mental health is a state of well-being in which you can understand your potential, you can cope with normal stress, you can work fruitfully and productively and contribute meaningfully to your society. So those 4 criteria has to be fulfilled before you can be mentally stable. And if you want to be mentally stable, you have to start giving back to the society. You have to be doing things that would help others. Your life has been given to you, not for yourself only. You have to be able to impact other people's lives. All right? So it is not about you, it is about others. And you have to know what you can do to be able to give out to people. You have to know how you can help people. You have to know what talents have you got that can be, that can impact people, that can change people's lives. All right? So, and that's one of the reasons I have decided to, create this product, Audacious, that is going to be starting, I think, in 4-5 days. May 21st. Audacious is it's a 4-week self-awareness coaching program for people that would want to understand themselves. Because I know that for me, before I was able to understand myself, I had to sit down. I started journaling. I started reflecting. I went through therapy. I did a lot to be able to get to my real self. I am still a work in progress. I'm still trying to uncover myself. In fact, I haven't gotten the grasp of my real self in totality. No, I'm still there. I'm still working on myself every day. And I realized that a lot of people are clueless. So many people are stuck. Yes, you might have money. Yes, you might be working. Yes, you might be making a lot of money, but that doesn't guarantee, satisfaction. Some people have a lot of money, but they are not satisfied until you start to do the things that you are called to do, until you start to live your life the way God has designed it, until you start to do, I explained what mental health is. Understand your potential until you start to, do the things that you are capable of doing. That is when the meaning, you feel fulfilled. You have sense of fulfillment. You have meaning in life. It is not about making money. It is not about, caring for your family. It's not about your family alone. No. It's beyond it. And that's why you see during in the mid-year, around 40 or 45, you see a lot of people come down with depression because they don't have sense of fulfillment in the things that, yes, you will see them, they're very rich, but they will still come down with depression, and you'll be wondering, it's not about money, you have everything, your family is good, so why are you depressed? If you don't find fulfillment in what you're doing, there's no way you can be, have that peace of mind and mental stability, and you're at risk of coming down with mental health disorder like depression. So you have to know what you're capable of doing. Understanding your potential and using your potential to impact people's life, contributing meaningfully to your society is very, very important. Audacious is a program that's going to happen for 4 weeks. It's going to be a venue for you to uncover your true identity through self-awareness. You're going to learn how to understand yourself. You understand your personality. You understand your real identity. You would understand, I'll do a lot of personality assessment tests for you, and you would start to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, how people might see you. You will be able to understand your thinking processes, negative thoughts that is coming on your mind, and how to get rid of all this. Understand how to take care of yourself so that you would still be able to continue to show up for people or for yourself as well. And understand the power of mindfulness, how to be present, how to enjoy life to the fullest. It is going to be an amazing program, and I would love you guys to join, because I know that when it comes to becoming more, when it comes to unboxing the gifts of you, it's not a one-off thing. I can't do all in this 1 hour live that I'm doing. And that's why I thought 4 weeks, let's see what 4 weeks can do, can bring for you. Let's see what changes that we could, work together and bring about within the 4-week period. Because I know that it's a continuous process. For me, I'm still uncovering myself. I'm still discovering myself. I still work on myself every day because I know that I could be better than this, and I keep working on myself. And that's why I said this audacious program, you don't miss it for anything. You don't miss it for anything. You should sign up. You should sign up for, if you're yet to sign up, if you're on this live or you're watching the replay, the link is in my bio to sign up. And as a matter of fact, on this live, if you're ready to sign up, I've got a discount for you. I've got a discount for you if you're ready to sign up immediately. I have got a discount, a 20% discount for everyone that is on this live that is going to sign up. Yes, it's priced at $99, but you can get it for $79 if you sign up. It's for 4 weeks, just 4 weeks, but you're paying $79. That's about 44,000 Naira Nigerian money. So it's more like you're paying like 11,000 per week. Isn't that amazing? But because I'm passionate about what I do, I thought to be generous enough to impact people's lives and see how best I can bring about the change that a lot of people have been longing to get. So please, if you're on this live, make sure you don't miss it. But back to what I'm about to say. Uncovering your superpowers. You have so much greatness in you. There's this quotation that I was able to bring about through when I was meditating. I wrote down that you can never know how much power you have within you until you have the courage to be your authentic self. You can never know how much powers you've got within you until you have the courage to be your authentic self. For me, I never knew I could do this. To be honest, I never knew I could come out and start talking the way I'm talking. I never knew I could be this confident to speak to people, to call people behind, and to educate them, teach them skills, coach people, and see how I can improve their life. I never knew I could do all of that until I started being myself. Because I know it's easier for me to be myself. It's easier for me to express, to influence and impact people's life through my real identity. It's easier for me to use my personality traits. At least that's what God has given me now. I mean, it's easier for me to come out and talk. Yes, I remember I used to love to sing. I remember I used to do a lot of recordings. I know I did beauty pageants, a lot of stuff like that. I love to travel. Those are the things I did, like my hobbies. So it was easier for me to use those things that comes to me easily than to be in a box and do things the way everyone would expect a doctor should do it. Like, oh, a doctor should be like this. A doctor should walk like this. A doctor should dress like this. I said, no, that's not me. I don't want to be like that. Yes, I studied medicine. Yes, I'm a psychiatrist. But I want to still be myself regardless. I want to be myself regardless. I want to be myself regardless. So I want to be my authentic self. I do not want to live life based on what anyone else is saying. So you can. Let me say it again. You can never know how much power you have within you until you have the courage to be your authentic self. Your peace of mind, your mental stability, your abundance, life of abundance, everything you want is within you. It is going to come when you are authentic, when you are your real self, when you are able to come out and say, this is who I am. I ain't going to care about what anyone else says about me. All right. So one of the ways by which I have used, or one of the things that I've done that has helped me to uncover my superpowers is the first thing I did was I started understanding myself. When I mean understanding myself, yes, I knew that I could be very expressive. I knew that I loved, all these flashy things. I know that that's my kind of person. But beyond that, I wanted to know my inner self, not about anything external. It's about my inner self. What are the kind of feelings I get when some of these things happen to me? What are my emotions, triggers? What makes me tired? What gets me angry? I started paying attention to all of these things. I love to journal. I always come to show you guys my journal anytime I come on live. Yes, I always journal and it's filled up. I've got a lot of stop reading in there. I have the journal. I write down how I feel. I reflect. I started understanding myself. I understand how I feel when per time, when I'm happy, what makes me happy, when I'm sad, what makes me sad, and how to perhaps ignore some of those things if possible, avoid rather those things that would trigger negative emotions in me if I can, how to get myself up from a moody me or a negative mood into a positive mood. I had to learn this. And until I started learning this, understanding myself for who I am and understanding my true identity, I began to realize that, oh, Diola, you are this amazing. Oh, you're very intelligent. Oh, you have this. I did not know. I thought every achievement I had was by luck. I was lucky. I thought I was always lucky. Okay, I'm lucky. I was lucky. I passed the exam. I was lucky. Even to become a psychiatrist, it was luck. Like, hey, so how can everything about you be luck? So are you saying that you did not even put in efforts into doing all of these things? Many people are in my shoes. Many people are struggling. They perhaps think that they are not good enough. You think you don't have anything to offer people. But that's not true. You have a lot of things inside of you. And until you start to sit with yourself, understand yourself for who you are, you will not know how amazing, how gorgeous, how intelligent, how brilliant you are if you don't sit down and start to reflect. And that's one of the things that we're going to be doing during the auditions. It's going to be a time for us to connect and start to reflect on your true identity. Everybody that's going to be in the program, on the coaching program, we're going to see how you would get to connect with yourself, your real self. Those are the things I'm going to bring out for you. The second way by which I have uncovered my superpowers is that I started doing things that scared me. Oh my goodness. I can be very funny when it comes to taking risks. I love to take, no, let me say I love. I just take risks. I don't really love it, but I just try my best to, whatever it is that scares me, I'm like, let me just try it. There's no, it's either I don't, succeed or I succeed. So whatever happens, I move on, I learn from it. I always take risks, calculated risks anyway. And that has helped me to realize that I have so much within me. Some things that would scare me, that fear would help me to prepare more for what is to come. So I sit down, I look inwards and see how best to handle whatever situation I have ahead of me. And by the time I do it, everybody, the feedback I get, they'll tell me, oh, fantastic. I'm like, hey, you guys didn't know what went behind closed doors. Like, if you knew how scared I was, how anxious I was about it, you wouldn't even say that, you would not tell me, oh, what fantastic and all. So I have learned to do the things that scare me. Whenever that thing is scary, that's when I want to do it. Like, okay, let me do it. Because it seems as if that's where my superpowers would come out. And that has helped to build my confidence and my self-esteem. The more I did those things that scared me, the better I become. The better I realize that, oh, you have so much in you. You have so much powers within you, Adiola. You are very, very intelligent. Nobody should tell you are not. You are so, so amazing. But keep doing this. Keep doing this. Continue. And that is how it has helped me. Taught mental health for 4 years in June. And I keep getting better. Things are getting better. And I have been able to help at least a lot of women. Some women will not even come back and tell me. Some people have been following me for a long time. And they will be like, oh, I followed you for like 2 years now. Thank you, this and that. I know that I am impacting people's life because I have decided to do the things that scare me. Do the things that I am afraid of. I come up and I do it. And that's how you can uncover your superpowers. Living life on autopilot will not help you get there. Living life trying to do things by default would not get you there. You have to own your responsibility. You have to be responsible for your life. Stand up, take it by force, if I may say that. Take your life seriously and start to be intentional about your decisions about your life. So that's all I have to say today. Thank you everyone for joining. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, clarifications, please put in the comment box, put in the chat box. I really, really appreciate you. If you think this has been amazing. Let me know. I need your feedback. Now is the time for you to give me feedback. I want to know how you think this went, how you think this thing has really helped you, what you have learned from it. Let me know in the comment box. But don't forget that I have an offer for you. Sign up for Audacious. Sign up for Audacious. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I have shared my story of how I unboxed the gift of me, and I wanted to be able to inspire you so that you can also unbox the gift of you. But this can't be done just having 1 hour live. It's not possible. I told you that I'm still discovering myself. I'm still trying to become better, and I want you to join the Audacious so that you can learn how to be self-aware enough for you to uncover or discover your real identity and be your best self. That's one of the reasons I decided to come on live today. Okay, join Audacious. I've got 20% discounts for you if you sign up today. Today, before 12 midnight, if you sign up, I have 20% discount for you. So instead of paying $99, you get $79. It's an offer because you came to my live and you listened to me. You're gonna get that offer. Pay now and then you get some 20% discount. So, but if you have questions, if you have comments, thank you very much. Thank you, Ekwan. You said, oh, you're truly amazing. Thank you. Dambo said, I can't miss this. Oh, what can't you miss, Dambo? Is it this live or the Audacious? Let me know what you're trying to say. Yes, I can. Thank you, everyone. Beautiful enough to have turned up. Thank you. Dr. G, that's my very good friend. Thank you for joining. I can see everyone. Olu from Surulere, thank you for joining on IG. And for those that are on the Zoom meeting, thank you. Thank you, Uzor. Oh, thank you, Uzor. Thank you, Moshibo. Thank you, Bola, Tolu. Let me see if I can see everyone. Raquel, thank you. Akinpelu. Oh, yeah, thank you, Akinpelu. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tolu. So let me just check the box. Yeah. Yes, you're following. Thanks for having us. I came late. Doesn't matter. At least you came. Yeah, please sign up for Audacious. It's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it for anything. Click on the link that is in the comment box, and if you're on this live, so my PA is going to drop on the link on the live. So she just dropped it now. Let me pin it. Can I pin it? Yeah, I should be able to pin it. So that's the link for Audacious. Guys, take advantage of this. I am going to be working with you for 4 weeks, and it promises to be amazing. I mean, you don't want to miss it. I have a guest coming. She's going to be teaching us how to engage in meaningful self-care. This woman, I admire her so much. She is a consultant in the UK, works with the NHS. She has her own business in Nigeria that is thriving. She's got 4 wonderful kids, and she has traveled to over 55 countries in the world. Like, how did she do that? She looks so young. She's in her 50s, but you would never know, because she has taken care of herself. She still takes care of herself. She knows what works for her. She takes good care of herself. And she's coming to tell us, because all these things, you can get it online. You Google, you see how to do this, how to do that, how to, do everything. But until you hear from people's first-hand experience, how they have managed some things, you may not be able to get that inspiration to change your own life as well. So you need to sign up for Audacious to be able to get that information from her. So guys, any questions? If you're just joining, you've missed out. I've said a lot of things. I shared how I unboxed the gift of me, and I want to be able to inspire everyone on live. So if you're just joining, please watch the replay. And let me know how you feel about it. Guys, I need you to also please do me a favor. Go on live, tag me at talkmentalhealth. Let people know that you came on the unboxing the gift of me, and share. I'm going to put like a picture or something on my page. I want you, if you join, please put a comment. I need you guys to let me know. I need the feedback. Yes, the feedback is on this. It's on my live, but I need the feedback in my comment box. So guys, put it in my comment box, tell, so that a lot of other people that will be watching would know that you have really experienced something from me today. I've inspired you, and something has, transpired, something has changed in the way you think, or something good has happened to you. Whatever it is, please put in my comment box so that many people will be able to see. So any questions? If you have any question, now is the time to ask. Any question? If not, we're gonna end the live. If you want to ask questions, you can unmute yourself, please. Any question? All right. So if there are no questions, then I'm going to end this live. Thank you to everyone that joined. Never forget to be intentional about your mental health. Remember that that's what I'm all about. I am passionate about ensuring that you're proactive about your mental well-being, and you need to ensure that you continue to do things. Make sure that the habits that you cultivate every day are the ones that are, protective of your mental well-being. So please be intentional about your mental health. Have a nice day, everyone. See you. Bye.